Hello Aries, here to do your reading for the 17th to the 24th. 17th to the 24th. I should really write that on my board because I'm not very good with dates, as you know. 17th to the 24th. Might actually be the 23rd, but we'll say 17th to the 24th. If you find my readings don't resonate, please just check your moon, rising or ascendant, and your Venus, because sometimes they can resonate a little bit more. If my readings don't resonate at all, well, then find another reader, because you might just need one for that week. You might find mine resonate with you one week and not with the next, which I find happens as well. I'm going to use the Ciro Marchetti deck, the Gilded Tarot, for your reading. What else? I think that's everything. If you need anything, know anything below. I don't like big blurbs on the beginning of videos. I'm a fiend for fast forwarding through those two. So rather than you fast forward through me, I'll get your reading on the table quick smart. Okay, Aries for the week of the 17th to the 24th of September. Okay, coming up. Energy for the week. Ooh, Judgment. You know, I was watching a reader today who said this card is coming up all the time at the moment, and it really does not surprise me. There's so much happening at the moment, and through even my private readings, we've got a lot of relationships that are changing, long-term relationships, people who've been in relationships for a very long time, a lot of marriage breakdowns. I think this isn't what I would class normal. It just seems to be a lot of people have been through transformations and they're rethinking where they want to go in their lives. So the Judgment talks about getting the call to move to something different. And this can be work related, it can be in your family life, it could be casting off people who no longer serve you, it can be rethinking your direction in life, it can certainly be changing a relationship. So any of those things. This is a second chance for you to do something again. That makes sense. This is a second chance to review what you've done and do it a different way. But this is definitely about rebirth, birth of the phoenix, rebirthing yourself. It feels like you've shed stuff from the past. The other thing that a lot of us have been doing as well is standing in our truth, learning to live who we are, knowing what our value is, knowing what we deserve. Whatever this is for you, this is your energy for the week. Okay. So starting that off with that card. Wow. Okay, Ten of Wands, sorry. The Ten of Wands can talk about carrying a big weight on your shoulders. And I feel like with this Judgment card, this sits very nicely because this is the end of a cycle now. So whatever you've been going through, you've now got sick of holding this big bundle. You're ready to put it down and start anew. So you put the 10 wands down and you keep one of them, which gives you one wand to move forward with, which is your Ace of Wands. So this man here is really, his back is sore, he's fed up with carrying this weight and he's ready to move on to something new. So that sits very nicely with that. Okay, next card out is the Nine of Wands. So for me, you are feeling pretty worn out by this experience, whatever it is that you're coming out of. You're very worn out. The Wounded Warrior card talks about, actually in this card he doesn't look so wounded as he does in the Rider-Waite, because in the Rider-Waite he's all bandaged up and he's sort of standing in front of his wands, and this guy looks quite submissive and vulnerable. So I think this man is quite okay with walking away from whatever this is, because he is wounded, yes, but he's still not angry or fighting about it. He's actually willing to give it up, to move on. And I feel this is probably the energy you're putting out at the moment. You know it's done. Past its used by date. So you're ready to move on here. Feeling quite vulnerable and ready for the next step. Okay, next card out is the Eight of Pentacles. And this has come out in the reverse. So I'll acknowledge that it's reversed. Although when they're upright, I still get the energies for what they're supposed to represent anyway. But the Eight of Pentacles talks about working towards something. And for me, because this has come out in the reverse, I would say that you're sick and tired of working on whatever it is you've been working on. I actually get quite a feeling of agitation when I look at this card. So it's almost like you're really ready. You're fed up. You don't want to work on it anymore. You don't want to create anymore. You're ready to move on. So again, this sits nicely with this theme here of leaving things behind to move to something new. Definitely on your way, whether this will be work, career, whatever it is for you, Aries. You are definitely not putting any more effort into this. It's done. Okay, and then we have the Page of Swords. So very, very much ready to talk about what it is you want now. Maybe you've been a person who's put everything into what you've done and you've never felt that you were appreciated. Maybe it's that you've been in a relationship where you've done all the giving. But now you're ready to stand up for yourself. Your sword isn't up ready for battle yet, but I know that you've got this truth ready to put forward. It may not be a really, how would we say, it's not a revengeful thing. And again, because the Knight of Wands shows you being quite submissive and quite vulnerable, it feels to me like you are happy to tell the truth, but you don't want to be aggressive or too outspoken about it. So you're going to be very grounded with this. I feel like you've needed to say this for a while, and now you're ready to do it. You're ready to move on. You're ready to resolve anything that's come your way. Okay, and then we have the Hermit. Now, the Hermit came out in the daily read too. The Hermit talks about taking time out to shine light on what's not visible for you at the moment. I feel like you've got all the answers inside of you. You know what you want. You know where you're going. You know what you want to do. However, you're going to take some time out to make sure you've got this really clear. And, if it's a job and you need to move on, yes, you need to look at what are you going to do next? What sort of skills do you have? How do you apply them to the next job? If it's a relationship, it might be, you've got to sell the house. You've got to settle everything before you move on. And maybe that's going to be difficult for you because you don't look like you're really angry about this. You look like you're ready to resolve this situation and move into a new time, area, place. It's very, very much that feeling. It doesn't feel aggressive at all. I think you've very calmly come to this decision, and you're ready to move forward. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords. Well, it could be that you're moving to something a little bit more outspoken here. And maybe after your Hermit, maybe you thought you could go in very calmly, but then you've decided now you want to go in with a little bit more aggression. But it can also mean that whatever you're doing, you have to bring in the help from a lawyer or solicitor. The King of Swords has still got his sword down, so you could be dealing with oh my goodness, my brain this morning. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra here. But this energy here feels like you know what you need to say, you know what you need to do, and now you've had the Hermit to collect your thoughts. This is how you're going forward. Again, I sort of note with this man, there's a planet Saturn in the background here too. So I feel like you're extremely grounded here. You know what you want to say, you know what you want to do. It's good that you've thought a lot about it rather than, rushing in and doing something and then not thinking it through and going in with emotion. It's like you've put a lot of thought into whatever this is. What I will say to you is this is what you're after, and you don't have this at the moment. So you're after the love, happinesses, and all the wonderful things. One of the other tarot cards always talks about the unicorn. Having this fairy tale ending, having this love and care. I feel like you haven't been having this. Whether this is through your work or whether it's through your personal life, I feel like you're missing something, like it's just not fulfilling. So whatever it is you're moving on to, there's a promise of something better. Okay, and then we have the Four of Cups. Now, this is a sort of strange card because sometimes it looks like he's just really apathetic and couldn't be bothered taking the next cup. I don't think so. It almost to me like this is what you want here. You want the offer of something new. And you're now putting out to the universe that you want to move on to find something more fulfilling, something you'll love, something you can put your heart into. Because this person is looking at this cup with longing. So whether it's love, a job that you love, yeah, you have all the tools to take forward with you too. Wow, it's so planned here, Aries. It's almost like you know exactly what you need to do and you're just going through the process like in a very, very ordered way. It's like, I know what's ahead of me, I know what I want, and this is how I'm going to manage it. And it's really clear. Such a good story. So if this is how you are at the moment, Aries, you're really thinking about this. You're not acting out of fire, emotional passion. You're acting in a very structured way. It's really lovely. And you have everything you need. So you can move on knowing you have everything at your fingertips. So if it's a new job, new relationship, new family, whatever you're after, you've got it all in the bag, mate. It's here for you. Everything's ready to go. Okay, and there we go. We get the Seven of Pentacles out as the last card. So here you are planting the seeds for your future. And it really feels like you've done it in a very, very sensible way. Not saying that Aries aren't sensible, but it just is, it's just such a straightforward story here. And you know me, I love stories. You're planting seeds for the future. So you know what you want and where you're going, and you're now putting things down to find out the direction you want to go in. I'll just give you an oracle card to go on that. Nice reading, Aries. I love that it's so simple, straightforward. It's like, I know what I want, know where I'm going, not putting up with this anymore. I want the whole kit and caboodle, and I'm heading that way. Look at me go. And that's the way it is. And with this Magician here, I feel like you're going to ace it. Ace it completely. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the key came out, and it says new beginnings, directions and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. Wow. You know, I can't make this shit up, right? Fantastic reading, Aries. Thank you.